Hello and welcome to another Big 3 Rumble. Today's prompt is another viewer recommendation. Thank you to Koalas Was Taken for this recommendation, and their prompt is, who is the best antagonist of the Big 3? This one is going to be very difficult for me to tackle. I was planning on making this video for a while, but now here it finally is. Without wasting any more of your time, let's get started with last Rumble's winner, One Piece. There are so many antagonists in One Piece, but there are only a few that really always come to mind. Let's start with the Sandman himself, Crocodile. I feel like out of all the villains up to this point, Crocodile was the most menacing. We did have Enel, but I felt like it was more of a cocky god than a menacing overlord. Crocodile was such a menacing presence compared to everyone up to this point in the story. He was the first villain that really almost killed Luffy. Seeing the first fight with Luffy and Crocodile was almost a one-sided battle. Luffy was incapable of hitting Crocodile due to his devil fruit powers, which means Crocodile had full control during the fight, and the panel with Crocodile stabbing Luffy with the hook was just incredible. This made me love and understand that Crocodile meant business. A little overview of Crocodile is he's the leader of a crime syndicate known as Baroque Works. Crocodile is trying to uncover a secret weapon that is said to be within Alabasta. This guy is literally a big mob boss, and it feels like he has so much control over the current environment. I just feel a deep sense of control and power when Crocodile is first introduced and his plans come into fruition. Very, very solid antagonist. Next would be the Pink Devil himself, Doflamingo. This man is the pure embodiment of evil. He has done nothing but pursue things that he believes that he deserves in ways that would be considered very scummy. When we were first introduced to this man, we seem like he's just a little goofy guy with this funny little walk, but without a moment to spare, we understand his appearance is very deceiving. He has a way of controlling others to do what he wants with no resistance at all. Yet, after, we don't see him until Marineford arc, where it looks like he's just getting off at the chaotic battle that is unfolding. Seeing violence and fighting is just intriguing to him. It isn't until Dressrosa arc where we understand who Doflamingo is. He is a manipulative and evil person that loves seeing others suffer. We find out that he turned a whole kingdom against its king in order to implant himself into power. Seeing the way he controls the masses by turning them into toys, Doflamingo's true terror comes from his ruthlessness. Nothing is unattainable and everyone is a part of his game. He does what he wants. He literally killed his own brother because he let the Opi Opi no Mi fruit get away from him. Evil is just one of the few adjectives I can give to this man, but I can't say he isn't one of the most interesting antagonists within this story. Finally, the strongest antagonist, Kaido. This guy was feared by everyone and is the first emperor that Luffy truly takes on. Also, this guy Kaido has been hyped up since Punk Hazard, so I'm expecting this man to be a huge threat to the world. What I ended up with is someone that just sees nothing but their own goals. No one seems to be a threat to this man, and he wants to expand his strength by any means necessary, completely taking over Wano and killing Odin, the only hope that the people of Wano had. Ruling with an iron fist to those that he sees as weak, I honestly feel like Kaido can just be summed up as a bored fighter. He tests his limits, truly taking little to no damage. What I think is so crazy about Kaido is that he couldn't care less about the people of Wano and the people around him. He is starving them, poisoning their water supply, and giving them faulty fruits as one of the few things that they have to eat. It is very different from Doflamingo. Kaido doesn't care about anything but himself. He just does whatever without any other thought of anyone else, only acknowledging the strong. Very well built antagonist and very worthy of the spot here. But I can only have one antagonist represent One Piece. I will have Doflamingo represent One Piece. I feel like Doflamingo is the definition of an antagonist in the One Piece world. So without further ado, let's move on to Naruto's antagonist. We will start with Orochimaru. This guy looks like a villain, and how creepy his design is alone. We are introduced to this mastermind during the Death Forest part of the Chunin exams. His fight with Sasuke shows just how much of a powerhouse he is, and his evil plans that he has done in the future, leaving behind the curse mark and the mystery of what he wants with Sasuke. He comes back and attacks the Hidden Leaf Village and kills his former master, the third Hokage, showing just how strong he really is. And to be fair, the third Hokage, if he was in his prime, would have cooked Orochimaru. Later on, we get Sasuke coming to him to find more power, just for him to try to obtain Sasuke's body for his own. Past this, I feel like there isn't really much about Orochimaru after this, so let's just move on to the next antagonist. Pain, or Nagato, has such a huge impact on the narrative of Naruto. This man is the leader of the Akatsuki. The cycle of pain is the main focal point of this character, seeing that violence leads to more violence, which is a very simple concept to understand. When pain gives Naruto a taste of his own medicine, damn, that is powerful. Pain gave Naruto the Talk no Jutsu, and not to mention, this man killed his own master, Jiraiya. Pain not only is a threat to Naruto, but a threat to the whole entire village. Man just pulled up to the Leaf Village and said, boom. This man wiped out the whole village with a single jutsu, and not just that, he had 6 Pains that are just as strong fighting everyone else. Kakashi put up a great fight, but not strong enough to stop Pain. Pain is a very strong antagonist that pushes the narrative further, and with every appearance that he has, just a solid Naruto antagonist all the way around. Obito has to be something else, man. This guy has one of the strongest Mangekyo Sharingans I have ever seen. He is just like Naruto, but turned fully on his rage and emotions to become the person that he is today. Him alone was responsible for Naruto's parents being killed and the 9 tails being sealed within Naruto. I understand that he saw his crush die to the hands of Kakashi, but there ain't no way that it has to come to this. Obito has a very similar look on the world like Nagato, but I think that he just wants to take everyone's free will and choice away, which is kind of crazy. I understand that later he turns back to the path of good, but this guy started a ninja war. I do think that Madara may have been his mentor, could have been the reason that he was swayed to become and walk down the descent of a villain. Finally, we have the biggest, the baddest, and most hyped character in all of Naruto in my opinion, the Uchiha god himself, Madara. What I find crazy about Madara is how untouchable he is. From his introduction in the 4th Great Ninja War, my man was playing with the whole alliance. He stomped them in hand-to-hand and ninjutsu with no effort whatsoever. On top of that, he fights the 5 Kage, which are supposed to be the strongest ninja in the respected village, and then just curb stomps them just to make a point. The whole line was just nasty, man. The whole point of Madara's plan is to use the infinite Tsukiyomi. It makes it so everyone's in a vegetable-like state and lives out a total lie for the rest of their lives. I do think he lives up to the hype as the only ninja to rival the first Hokage. I just feel like his plan fell apart very short, and this man was tricked into reviving Kaguya, left a weird taste in my mouth. Now I'll have what I feel like is the best antagonist in the Naruto series. Pain represent Naruto in this big 3 rumble, and we will move on to Bleach's antagonist. We will start off with one of the most iconic antagonists in Bleach, Sosuke Aizen. Aizen is one of the captains of the Gote 13, betrays them in order to further evolve and overtake the Soul King. We have yet to see Aizen's Bankai, but his Shikai ability alone already makes him the most strongest character in all of the series. My man can control people's 5 senses and just makes all of the captains look like children. It is insane the power gap between Aizen and the other captains at this point. Yet, I'm not about to gloss over that Aizen took away Ichigo's theme with one finger, man. Dude was put in the series to dog walk everyone. His introduction was kind of wild too, a red herring that lasted very long, to the point where when I saw Aizen's reveal, I had to go back and unpack everything like what, when, where, how. It's a core memory for me in the Bleach series. Next is the Jesus Christ of the Bleach world, Yuha Bak. This guy, in my humble opinion, has every right to get revenge for his father, the Soul King. The royal house Soul Reapers just dismembered the Soul King and has his limbless body hold the 3 worlds together is kinda whack. Yuha just straight up is a warlord, and when he finally came back after his first defeat, he just meant business. He was taking out everybody. The head captain was the most dramatic because it was all planned and he used it to seal his Bankai, and it worked too. Then we have our main character who comes to save the day, just to get bodied and have his Bankai broken. The main goal of Yuha is just to have all the power the Soul King absorbed to release his father from his pitiful state and just watch the worlds collide together. At least this is from my understanding of the whole situation, but I could be wrong. Overall, this man means business and is willing to watch the world burn and kill his subjects in the process. Now we have our last antagonist, Ukiura, the number 4 Espada. Mostly taking order from Aizen, he is still a strong antagonist that Ichigo has to overcome. Time and time again, Ichigo just loses to Ukiura, and it doesn't seem like it's close until Vasto Lode form comes out and interferes with the fight. Ukiura bodies and kills Ichigo, so already at this point he's gone further than most of the antagonists on this list. I just feel like the menacing presence that Ukiura has makes him an unforgettable character that is still loved to this day. For this Big 3 Rumble, I will have Aizen represent Bleach in the Big 3 Rumble. Now, let's move on to the rankings. In bronze, we have the mastermind himself, the man that plans everything out, Aizen. No, you're not under a hypnosis. This is my true ranking, and I will start off and say that Aizen is such a strong antagonist in his respected series. He has this unwavering confidence about him that makes him think that he is unbeatable, planning all his moves out to be able to beat anyone and everyone that gets in his way. Yet, this is why I have to put him in third. When Ichigo is able just to smack around Aizen, he loses his confidence and composure, and you start to see the true Aizen, a man that doesn't accept being ruled over by the Soul King and is scared to accept the fact that this is how the world works. This crumbling of his character under pressure, of his goal fleeing from him, was very impactful and interesting to me. I just wanted him to have more confidence in himself that he will come back and get what is rightfully his. Something to show me that this man is willing to wait and plan to get his goal. I also like to state that the narrative standpoint of Aizen feels like a person just to overcome rather than something that drives the narrative of our main character. Yes, Aizen had a lot to do with Ichigo's life, but I feel like it was really a strong coincidence rather than a planning of everything out. Still a great antagonist and deserves to be talked about. Now in silver, we have the definition of evil in the Webster dictionary, Doflamingo. What I love about Doflamingo is how true he is to himself. He is just an evil person because that is who he is. Nothing will ever waver him out of that. Doflamingo does what he wants and laughs at those beneath him. On top of a fight with Luffy and Law was just incredible. He had to resort to using the birdcage to destroy all of Dressrosa. My guy didn't care about having a kingdom just to make sure that everyone else lost was enough for him. I will make this comparison to Aizen. Aizen, when he was losing, lashed out Urahara and his final moments before being sealed, but Doflamingo was the same person laughing and grinning even in chains. That is an antagonist that I love, and that's why he deserved my second place spot. Now for our winner, no other than the legend himself, the leader of the Akatsuki, Pain. Pain is the monumental antagonist for so many reasons. He drove the plot of Naruto hard. From capturing the tailed beast to killing Jiraiya, he is constantly pushing the narrative in such an intense way, being this threat that everyone feared and having power that others would consider a god. With the Rinnegan, it felt like he was just untouchable. Then you can just see him control Alt-Delete the Hidden Leaf Village, and we can see this absolute scale of this villain's power. Even after his fight with Naruto, he tells him about the pain and the cycle of hatred that will last forever. Naruto gives into his rage but is luckily stopped by the 4th Hokage. Realizing that Pain is 100% correct, Naruto can see himself in Pain, which makes Pain an even more well-written character, to the point where you understand his point of view. Only power can claim peace, and with that, blood. I know Talk no Jutsu is joked about a lot, but realizing that Naruto is looking face to face with his master's killer and telling him that he will still break this cycle, coming from someone who is capable of killing you in the state that you currently are in, but says, no, I will not be a part of this cycle of revenge, is beautiful. Then Pain, or Nagato at this moment, revives everyone that he killed off in the process. Pain becomes one of the greatest antagonists in Shonen, and I am gladly will stand by that. That is why he sits on the top of this Big 3 Rumble. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. Remember, these are all my opinions, and I am more than happy to see and discuss other points of views. If you want to make a suggestion and be featured in the next episode, please leave a suggestion below. Thank you again, and I will see you when I see you.